right, let's start the show. What's up, Patreon? It's boy Schulz here. Akaash Singh, AlexxMedia, Mark Gagnon in the building. This is family talk. You know, a lot of crazy shit going on in the world right now. Looting in Minneapolis, or as Charlamagne calls it, Minneapolis.
Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, he kept calling it Minneapolis, and I know someone's gonna cut footage of him saying, "Man, this foul was happening in Minneapolis," and it's just me going. I'm not laughing at the looting and the destruction. I'm laughing at him calling it Minneapolis. Now, obviously a lot of crazy shit going on with all the looting. Question: If you loot and you bring home food for your family,
yeah,
does your girl consider that effort?
hey, let me tell you something.
Is that effort? Because that's effort.
She probably gonna be like, I mean, there's TVs at Target too. You couldn't grab the TV while you were at it.
Yo, I'm all about effort, bro. I really understand effort now,
Isn't
dog.
that just-
They were making
yo.
some effort in Minneapolis. Did
Bro,
y'all
that shit
see
is
the effort?
yo. That shit is effort.
I
What do
think
they
that's
always
just
complain
modern day
about?
hunting.
Say what?
That's modern day hunting.
That's modern day hunting. And bro, what do people in Minneapolis always complain about? How cold it is, right? Mm-hmm. Everything on fire. Right? That's got to increase the temperature a little tiny bit, right?
Oh, yo.
Minneapolis must at least have gone up a few degrees.
Hey,
Few.
Yo, let's be honest. How soon into the looting, because we all know we're all looting. How soon into the looting are you looting? Like, is it...
Ooh, that's a good
my
question.
only concern is I could get fucked up. There is no, I'm not gonna pretend there's any moral like, well, I'm not paying for things.
Yeah, yo.
My concern is I might get got if I walk out with something too
Can
nice.
I say something? Can I say something about this? What's interesting? When it's Black Friday, they got fights.
Yeah.
But looting?
Mad
Ain't
peaceful.
no fights. It's not peaceful when you think about everybody
Hey,
having a good time, sharing.
Looting is civil unrest, really. Unrest, they breaking shit
But
like
it's
windows.
civil.
But it's a little civil.
It's civil,
is that
bro.
Is that your Dyson? All right, you got that.
that
Any
shit.
more in stock in the back? You check the back?
Hey.
You talking to them like employees?
Hey, and you got somebody in there like this. One flat screen per person.
They're following the arrows still on the
It's
ground.
going along with everything,
Son, they were
bro.
wearing masks.
Son, everything's been working out.
Yeah, they
Looting
were-
is a trick. This shit is supermarket sweeps. Do you remember supermarket sweeps? Do you remember supermarket sweeps?
yeah.
That shit was so lit. I didn't give a fuck about groceries, but I was like, everything's free.
All right, if you're looting, what do you go get?
That's okay. So first off, how soon into the looting are you jumping in? We all know we're jumping in.
I got to see people that look weaker than me looting and be like, all right, cool. Now I'm
Okay.
good.
First woman to go in, you're going in?
Not the first woman. If it's,
Can't be one of these big ass Samoan bitches.
if it's a black bitch,
catching
you
the
got
fucking
that. I'm
table.
not ready yet. With a little Chinese girl going there, hey, bitch, I'm ready.
All right, Al, how soon into looting are you joining looting? And all right, go.
So the group has to be big. It gotta
Right.
be big because if the group's too
Does it?
yeah,
Al
if the,
first.
if the
Straight
group is
up,
too
Al first.
small,
Yeah.
then you can still get got.
Okay.
I know.
Mark?
I think it depends on the time of day. That would dictate. my decision.
Daylight.
Daylight?
Full daylight.
It's
Actually,
gotta
I
be-
only loot during the daylight. I don't feel comfortable
Wait,
at night. That's
what?
more scary. Only loot during daylight.
100%
Why?
daylight looting.
And low key, I'm walking in there and I'm going, hey, what's going on here? Hey,
Start picking stuff off the ground.
hey, where's this supposed to go? Hey, we gotta clean up in there.
Yo, they're gonna follow you like they follow that motherfucker at AutoZone. Are you a cop?
Yeah.
Tell me you're not a cop.
We gonna get into that little auto zone shit.
Bro, I
in
would
a
get a
minute.
shopping cart.
You would get a shopping
I would
cart.
loot with the shopping cart. Yeah.
Would you carry around a broom so you could act as if you're cleaning it up if the cops come in?
Yeah, I would put on a red polo.
Y'all are
You
fine.
get your
Y'all are
Target
fine if the
shit.
cops come. I'm worried about y'all when cops aren't there.
Say again. But here's the thing. This is what happens with looting, which is why it's so beautiful. If I'm carrying some shit you want,
Beautiful.
and then you take it from me, right? I know where I got it. I know what aisle it's in. Do you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna it's not even gonna be a big deal. Like, you got this one, bro.
Yo,
I'm going back to it.
Go to the source.
I'm going to the source. You got the PlayStation 2. First of all,
Yo,
Son,
are there any
if that PS5 was out right
they are
now,
lucky.
son?
They
whoa.
are lucky.
Whoa.
Yo, if you work in one of these places, you're better off looting at the place you work.
100%.
Because you know where everything
You
is.
know where everything is, and when the cops show up, you go, man, isn't this crazy?
That's exactly what I was gonna say. I was like, I'll look for a uniform or whatever store I'm in.
Yeah.
Throw that bitch on and be like, son, I was just working.
Yup.
It was my shift.
Yup.
They're like, it's 4 a.m. You're like, yeah, night shift.
Yeah.
Also, do greeters stop working?
Son,
It's just your job to greet.
might
You're
be
not
their fault.
security.
It might be
what
their fault,
stores
bro.
do you shop at, son?
Ain't it?
Walmart got
Walmart
greeters.
got greeters.
Walmart
That's
got
all I
greeters.
know.
Really?
So I never really
Old
been to
motherfuckers
Walmart.
too. Ain't no Walmart greeter working.
Nah, but think about it. You got to do your job still. Your job isn't to protect the store.
Maybe at Walmart they still make you do your job, but I feel like
Welcome
most
to Walmart,
places,
bro. Welcome me. Welcome
You
me.
think that's why they started looting?
Say what?
They walked into Target and they were like, nothing?
Son. Yeah.
we can't get fairness anywhere.
I'll be honest. I think they started looting for a different reason, Mark. I don't know if you've been following the news at all.
It might have been that. No justice, no greets. No justice, no greets.
But for real, think about it. Looting is kind of how humans operate with nature. It's actually in our DNA.
It's the
like
most
when you
natural
come
form
across
of
a
shopping.
tree with mad oranges in it, you take them
As
shits.
many as you can carry.
No checkout.
Yeah, we call it harvesting.
Harvesting.
When white
That's
people
all
loot.
people are doing is harvesting. This is harvesting. They're harvesting Target. First of all, don't name your store that if you don't want to be the first place we
That's
go.
a good ass point, yo.
They're targeting us. No shit. The logo's a bullseye. Of course you're going to get it first.
Yo, black people were probably just going there to talk about how they felt.
Yeah.
We're better to talk about how we feel like targets than Target.
They Target. You think the black people are going to go to KKK Mart? What's all the other
I
stores?
guarantee you this motherfucker's protecting Kmart right now.
Oh, they're not going to let it happen in
Ain't no blue light
KKK
special
Mart.
over here, yo.
What's a blue light? The cops!
Oh,
I'm
shit.
telling you!
Oh,
Kmart
shit.
was fucking third eye!
Shit.
Kmart knew it the whole fucking time. Here goes supermarket sweeps us. Yo,
so
we're
we
not
all-
supposed to have this much fun about what's happening in Minneapolis.
So now, what are you guys getting?
Say again?
What do you guys take?
Where am I going? First thing?
Yeah, what's
TVs,
first thing you
yo.
get?
Candy. There is a hierarchy of shit that you're going to take inside the store.
Yeah.
Are you calling your mom and be like, Mom, do you need anything?
Yeah, 100%. You have to.
You are.
Yeah, you have to.
But then you can miss out on a lot of the good shit.
You call her on the way, yo. Plan ahead a little bit.
Nah. A loot does not happen like, yo, we about to loot. You're protesting, somebody busts open a window, a few people go in there, they start grabbing shit, and you're like, well, I don't want to be the motherfucker that ain't got shit.
Hey, look, you
Yeah,
can.
like you can't do multiple stores. It's
All right.
one store.
Yeah,
I'm,
we in
I'm
there, we
planning
out.
this shit out. This is Black Friday for real. We planning this out.
So, there's no planning.
There's no planning.
No, you have to plan now so that way when it happens, like
That's
What you want.
the move.
Yeah.
That's the move. Flat screen TVs. I'm gonna let
Really?
my mom know in advance. Hey,
that
this
seems
is a riot.
crazy. That's like you get $800 maybe, and you have to carry this giant
What's
TV.
okay? What's more valuable?
I would get as many SD cards as possible.
SD cards? They're
Boom.
so cheap nowadays.
No, they're mad expensive. You get the big ones where it's like 200 gigs.
Okay.
That's behind the
fuck.
case. You
Nah,
got
all right. He made one of them smart answers. Like,
No.
because I know when I was on supermarket sweeps, I wasn't on it, but I was imagining it. I'm like, I'm getting all that fucking Captain Crunch. Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, I'm gonna get all that Captain Crunch, and then these bitches out here they get steaks and all that kind of shit that costs way more. So SD cards is good. What's something else that's expensive
That's and portable.
and little.
and little?
I'm going immediately to the jewelry store.
That's a good
the
point.
Yeah, but
Target
here's the thing.
jewelry section.
No,
no,
there's a-
fucking loser. Keep it.
What are you talking about?
Fucking idiot.
We're not talking.
This is almost
Oh.
real sterling silver.
Are we only talking Target? I thought we were talking any store.
Not it's whatever's being looted. Currently, I think it's just a department store or something like that, like
Yeah.
a mall. What's being looted?
Okay.
Yeah.
So I see people trying to break into the cash registers with sledgehammers.
I ain't
That's
getting no
whack,
$50,
yo.
bro. You get
Yeah,
$50
who pays
out of that.
cash at Target?
And that's mad long.
Mexicans,
too.
that's it.
Yeah, wait, what?
Mexicans be paying cash everywhere, yo.
They get paid in cash, bro.
That's, hey, they pay cash. That's what I'm saying. That's
They
why
don't got that W2.
W2.
All right. I'm trying to think of what I would get.
Fuck, what's the most expensive thing at Target?
I'm not trying to.
Ooh,
I'm not
get you a
trying to
little
come up crazy
camcorder.
on money.
Get you a little camcorder.
I don't think camcorder. Oh, maybe you could like break the thing. A lot of shit they keep in the back.
The SD card is behind the fucking case.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
it's
you can
super
snack
easy
that.
to steal and
Sledgehammer,
expensive.
bro.
You could break the case, but you're not going to find cameras. Like even the cameras they put out in the spot, I don't know if those are legit.
No, but they all in the back.
That's right. They're all in the back, so you can't get. Are we going straight to the back?
We going to the back.
We going to the back, son.
So we
What
go
the
to
fuck you
the
think this is, yo? We ain't no front of the store crackers out here. Yo, what you talking about?
Okay, serious question. When enough people commit a crime at the same time,
Ooh, rhyming.
does no one get arrested?
Bro, what can you do?
I'm kind of thinking. I mean, you could look through the footage. They got to have all the footage.
Son.
But everyone's wearing masks,
Yeah.
literally.
What?
Everyone's
That's
like-
maybe the first thing I'd get. Because I saw people in that store, they didn't have a mask.
Wait, what kind of mask would you get?
Probably want to cover my face, Mark.
Are you talking about like a medical mask or like an actual
No,
mask?
like a robber. I would get a robber mask so that they couldn't tell my identity.
Yeah.
But
What's a
you got to
robber
go
mask?
in the store
To get the robber
get
mask.
the robber mask.
I'd also get a sweatshirt.
What?
I'd get some clothing or apparel so that I would go in as one person, then come out as a different person.
Ooh, that's...
That being said,
Get the hair dye too?
get the hair dye. I'm switching it up. I'm coming out of there Joker.
You gonna use all your time dyeing your fucking hair?
Guys, you fucked my whole shit up. All I got was a $5 bottle of fucking hair dye. Somebody walking out here with PlayStation 5.
Sit in the bathroom. Fucking,
I walk out ready to go. All right, let's do some looting. It's just cops and me.
looking like Eminem fucking walking out.
No, but for real, if enough people commit crime at the same time, does nobody go down?
Like fucking Dwayne Wade's robbing this target. What's going on?
Poor Dwayne Wade trying to have, be supportive of his kid, bro.
Hey, man, he really wasted that shit.
Oh,
He wasted the whole PR move. That got swallowed up in the news cycle. Real
Oh
quick.
my God, that's
Can you
that's
imagine?
hilarious. Dwayne Wade made himself gay to support his kid.
And nobody even cares anymore.
And there's a whole riot in Minneapolis.
Bruh. Hey, we don't got time for trans rights yet, bruh. This shit really reminded us, y'all down the line. We got to give rights to other people before we get to y'all.
Oh my God, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to run it back, remind y'all.
Reminded
Now
whose
Dwayne
rights
Wade
is
gonna be
first.
at the protest with fucking pink hair, looking like this. Like, come
Oh
on,
my
y'all.
God.
He's on fire, dog.
Oh my God, dog, this is crazy time.
got
Okay,
tired
but
of
in all
seeing them
seriousness, breaking the law together. What is the rule in that?
I don't think
If
you
there's
get
more
prosecuted.
people breaking the law than there are cops, you all get away?
No, they just grab some and then you just kind of like run.
You just hope that you're not
just-
one of them.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's a
basically.
raffle.
That's lit.
SD cards,
I don't know, but
laptop,
y'all
and camera. And then
running
you
with
get
all
out.
the black people. I
10 G's for the shit.
think I might get caught.
Al just brought up a great goddamn point.
Oh damn.
think I
Y'all
might
gonna
get
stick out in the riots. I
Not
would
stick out.
Stick
If
out,
we're
bro.
running away from the cops, who do you think they're going to catch up to first?
Oh, that's a good point, bro. I'm gonna be wheezing, hands on my knees.
Also,
fucking
Minneapolis got all these Somalis. They could fucking run at a fast pace
yo.
forever.
They don't need no food. They just keep going.
Doug, there was this one video of this Somali chick. They threw tear gas, the can, and the Somali chick ran up, grabbed the tear gas can, and threw that shit back. And everybody's like, oh my God, she's so brave. Like, she didn't do that in her country for fucking years before she came here. You don't think she had experience?
She probably-
She went like this. She went,
Tear gas number 2.
Like when I'm walking in my apartment and I smell Indian food, that's how she responded to the tear gas. Like, hey man, this reminds me of childhood growing up. This is
don't
nice.
grab it from the top.
I need to call my mom.
Oh boy.
Anyway, well, I'm glad we could have some fun with that. Whew.
Hey man, we found the fun in that. Ain't that
Yeah.
crazy?
No, it is kind of crazy what's going on. So this morning we come in, we're discussing what we're going to talk about, and a little conspiracy theory pops up that maybe the fire in the riots that started in Minneapolis, the fire might have been caused by a singular person wanting to incite the riots, a white guy, right? Now, his race is important, but also not important depending on who you think benefits the most from controlling these riots. So like the assumption I think is that this is government planned. Let's put on the tinfoil hat. Let's get crazy. Let's do like what the crazy conspiracy theorist is. The conspiracy theorist would say that the government, yes?
No, Yeah, or like
Or
local police force, or
Yeah.
like basically
some sort of government authority.
what the historical precedent for it is like what they call an agent provocateur.
Okay.
And like there's like actual verified events of this happening in like Russia, even in the
That's
US.
a lingerie brand, son.
Yeah, no.
That's literally a lingerie brand.
they took it from them. I mean, the lingerie brand took it from the name that existed.
Wow.
Oh shit.
You ain't ever bought your girl no Asian provocateur?
Nah.
You buy her that Victoria's Secret, that Epstein shit?
Yeah.
Of course I do, bro. My girl's small.
Yeah, my girl's skinny, yo.
Son, do they make kids long? Nah, forget it. Forget it.
And there's a reason they like their girl skinny. You know what I mean, even looking young.
All right, go on. Back
But-
to Asian provocs.
Yeah, I like that you thought that I was talking about the
The
lingerie.
lingerie. I thought you were talking about that lingerie.
I'm like, there's a story about Adam and Eve. You're like, the lingerie brand? Like,
Wait, they got? Oh no, that's a sex brand, sex website. They sell dildos.
you think the Bible took it from them?
You think any girl stole a dildo during that loot?
Yeah, bro. The ones that are walking funny.
Probably
They dump the bag on the fucking table. We got everything. This big old fucking rabbit comes out.
That's probably the thing I got stolen the most, because these gay bitches gonna be the most ready to loot. They're gonna be the most bold with it.
And they got the most pockets in their pants.
That's true,
they
yo.
take the
Baggy
most
ass
shit.
They wearing fucking jean coats out there. You
They're
know what
wearing
I mean?
jean coats with the dungarees. You just throwing it inside. Wait, what are those called? Overalls?
Dungaree. You're so white sometimes.
So dungarees, bro.
I can't remember the last
What
time I
happened to
said
dungarees,
dungarees.
dog? What happened to dungarees?
I honestly don't know what dungarees are.
Every lesbian
That's
kind of
Tim
looks like
Duncan.
Antifa a little.
Tim Duncan wears dungarees.
You look like it, yo.
Shit.
That's a brand or type of jean.
I think it was a brand, I think.
No, I think it's a thing.
Like, you know, how
me
overall
tell you something.
it's a thing like with the strap.
Yeah.
Is dungarees a type of thing like that, or that's
Yup.
just a brand?
I think it's a type of thing like that.
Shut up. All right, you go. Keep
Son,
going.
no, in all seriousness, bro, that's the first thing I'm looting. I'm going to the dungarees section. I'm passing people who got PS4s and Xbox I, and I'm like, look. I'm like, y'all seen any?
dungos?
Y'all seen any dungarees, bro?
They go, yeah, they're in the back, locked up.
We might have to bust through and get them dungarees stuff. All right, go back. Agent provocateur, go.
Yeah, so it's like a legit thing apparently that basically the core of the definition is like it's a person who commits or who acts to entice another person to commit an illegal or rash act or falsely implicate them and by partaking in an illegal act. And
Okay.
so this happened in the U.S. a couple times. Like they say that the FBI posed as agents. This is from Wikipedia. FBI posed as agents to disrupt civil protests and activities, including the Ku Klux Klan, the American Indian Movement, and the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee.
This is the I don't know if this is the hand out my pocket or something like that, right? Is that what they alleged happened with that with Malcolm X?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that.
Now, this is the same as astroturfing.
Kind of. Astroturfing would be like implementing like information to create a movement. Whereas this
so-
would be going into a pre-existing
So,
protest.
real quick, a grassroots movement would be an organic independent movement, right? Kind of like us, right? Organic independent movement pushing back against, cancel culture, having fun, say what you want on fucking podcast. Astroturfing would be if some company like Comedy Central paid us essentially to do that, right?
Right.
Is that right? They
Kinda.
paid us and they put up all the money, they created all the systems, etc.
but made it look like it was organic.
Yeah. But they were like, don't mention us at all.
Right.
But you just keep it to I
More or
got
less,
you,
yeah.
got you.
But this thing actually happened in 2013. This officer was arrested and sentenced to 2 years in prison for second-degree assault, coercion, riot, and criminal mischief at a motorcycle rally. And literally went in and was like breaking windows and like starting all sorts of shit.
Right. So the assumption is, and clarify, is that there's this guy, and there's a video of it. You guys can check it out on Twitter. Matter of fact, we can play it in a second. Matter of fact, why don't you just play it with no audio while we're talking over it? Okay. So this guy is seen during the day before the AutoZone is on fire, obviously, leaving the AutoZone. He's got a full umbrella. He's got a full gas mask. He's got goggles, backpack, gloves, everything. He's seen leaving the AutoZone. Apparently, he broke a window in the AutoZone. Later that day, the AutoZone is on fire. There's a building on fire, etc. So people are going, why the fuck was he in there? He doesn't seem like he's part of the protest. the people who were protesting are trying to check him, and he's walking away from them and arguing with them. Can't really see his identity because he got all this shit over his face. But some people are saying maybe he put some explosive shit inside the AutoZone. Now, what is the benefit? You guys were explaining this to me before the podcast. But why would the government, the police force, the CIA, the FBI, whoever the fuck, why would they do this during a protest? What would be the point of it?
So it basically would incentivize, like they're trying to incentivize people that are already angry to do violent and to do violent and criminal activities to then discredit their movement and their protest.
Right. So
It's a PR move.
it is a PR move on behalf of the government, right, or the police force or whatever it is, because you want to move or shift the conversation away from police brutality and this innocent black man that was murdered to look how hostile and violent these protesters are.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you start seeing you see all these people. Maybe it was just hate retweets, but all these people being like, "Yo, I accept your right to civilly protest, but when you start rioting and looting, you lose all credibility with me." Like that exact tweet I'm seeing everywhere.
And and I think it also gives the authorities a reason to go in with force. I think
so they can't just go in with force when people are peacefully protesting because you look like a bunch of douchebags. You just killed a black guy, right? Innocent black guy, choked him out to death, and then you're just going to start shooting rubber bullets at innocent protesters that are protesting something that shouldn't have happened in the first place.
The Constitution protects peaceful protest.
Peaceful protest and the right to assembly.
So
right?
how do you stop that?
So how do you stop that? You stop it from being peaceful.
Yeah. Take away that peaceful word.
And then the conversation ends up becoming more about these riots than it is about the murder of an innocent man.
Boom.
And right now you see that's what's happening.
Exactly
all the
what's happening.
airwaves are, even us right now, we're discussing the riots. We're not discussing the murder of the innocent man.
Yeah.
And in some people's minds, as Akaash was saying, it justifies the harsh treatment of people.
Yeah.
Because people who have nothing to do or know nothing about the case start saying, well, maybe this is why the police got to be so harsh. Because you see what they're doing. They're looting, they're rioting, they're whatever.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. What?
Not to mention, it also would likely affects the community that's affected by the police brutality.
Yes, that's something you guys were saying earlier as well.
Takes jobs away from black people that worked at the Target or whatever it is. Like
you blow up the AutoZone, who does that affect? It doesn't affect like the rich white people. It doesn't affect the rich Indians or the rich Asians.
Nope.
It doesn't even affect the rich black people, right? It affects the poor people, black, white, Asian, Indian, whatever, who are in that one neighborhood.
People seem to riot locally. And when you locally destroy your businesses, that fucks up your business, and then other businesses are going to be scared to come in there. And then if you are the powers that be, you can say, you know what? They'll fuck up their own property value 10, 15 years down the road. We'll just buy it back super cheap, build high rises on it or whatever. It'll just expedite gentrification. Like, that's fine. We'll just buy it cheaper.
So maybe we got to get information out there. Maybe we got to get information out there about why you can't fall for this trap and how you can't. It's not about like not looting. I like civil unrest, to be honest with you. I mean, I think it's fucked up that there's, private businesses that are being, destroyed because of this. Hopefully they have insurance and they can build all these things back up. But I hope nobody's lives are lost or anything like that. That being said, I like people fucking shit up to let the government know that, like, hey, you can't just get away with everything. We get angry and we break shit and you're going to have to deal with that. So we're going to need our feelings addressed, and we're going to need you to be accountable, or else you're going to have to handle a lot more shit. What up, people? You just watched a clip from our weekly Patreon episode. You can support the flagrancy. You can support this unapologetic, unfiltered, uncensored content that we drop weekly on our Patreon at patreon.com/flagrant2. You want to go join? You should, because it's the top 10 Patreon in the fucking world. That's right, for a good reason. Go check out why at patreon.com/flagrant2. All right, peace.